Yeah, roll. Today we are going to be doing, I'm going to show you my upper workout.
It's basically an 8-hour arm workout.
It can change a little bit from day to day, but I've been running an upper lower for the last little while. Why, Joel? You said you weren't gonna? Because I was doing collaborations and everybody I was collabing with was doing upper lower. So I was like, okay, I can either keep doing a different workout on these days, or I can say, you know what? I know how to program an upper lower, not that tough. So I'll just do an upper lower. That way when I do my collabs, I'm not having to switch things up. It's that simple. But today is an echo lift. That means we are at gym. Never been here before, so we can at least still talk through some upper principles that I go by. And now, oh, we also have to do a photo shoot while we're here too. So this is gonna be a busy day, but I'll catch you guys in a bit. We are starting off with, what? We already got the pump cover off? What is going on? Well, here we're actually at an echo shoot right now. So our camera guy's gonna be going through, he's gonna be taking shots while we're here. But don't know, man, just feel small. I need to get a little bit of a pump before, no, I'm just kidding. You guys know me, I don't really do much pump work. So, first exercise we are starting with, because as always, lats is like number one. It is always number one for us. So as far as doing an upper program, if you're trying to create your own, if you're not starting with your point that you want to focus on the most, or that you consider to be your weakest point, it's gotta be one or the other. It's either a weak point for you, or it's a point that you're specifically trying to emphasize for a certain reason. Me, I got a barn door waist, so it's like, I can never have too big of lats. So for me, lats is like number one priority every single time. Everybody is like, oh, well, chest. I'm like, okay, no, that's more Instagram, right? If I want to be a better bodybuilder, lats got to be the primary focus, and then we can work on the chest. But let's start with our first lat movement. All right, so just a matter of thinking through your workouts. I was planning on doing this machine right here, but the problem that I figured out as I was getting set up, I was getting warmed up and everything, and then I figured out there's no seatbelt on this machine. And with no seatbelt, you lose a lot of stability. So rather than doing that, I'm gonna move on to a different lat exercise, and then we will hit a sagittal plane pull. So I either do a sagittal plane pull over, or I do a sagittal plane pull, and then I have a frontal plane pull as well. So today, we're gonna start with a frontal plane pull, and then I'll probably use that machine that these guys have back here, but I don't wanna get in their way. So let's move on to this machine right here. This one looks like it's gonna be pretty good. The construction of it, honestly, assuming it's a good machine overall, this is the absolute best sort of frontal plane pull you can do, because the handles are fixed and the knees are fixed. So sometimes it doesn't work out in practicality, but in terms of generality, normally this type of machine is really good. So we'll see. All right, so I'm gonna be honest, I just hit some warm-up sets on this, and my goodness, it feels amazing. There's only one thing that can make this machine better, and that would be if these handles were not straight across. Just a slight downwards would be absolutely perfect, but honestly, I can't complain. It is a fantastic machine. So, got the gym pin on it. Let's load it up and let's get a set in. Well, that's just a little embarrassing. Talked to you guys for like 5 minutes straight with no mic. It wouldn't be a TNF video without technical difficulties. You guys already know that. So, in case you missed what I was saying with no volume, I was doing an upper pec motion. And the reason that I did it the way that I did over there was because one, there's no really good incline press machines here, and two, I actually really like low to high flies. But often people perform them wrong. They go from here over to here, they go super wide, and it's like, okay, that's gonna be mostly mid and lower chest. So I take a much more straight approach. So it's not, I shouldn't say straight. What it's gonna look like is it's gonna look like this, right? It's gonna be much more up and down than it is gonna be across. Simply put, the upper chest is a very, very good shoulder flexor, especially down through this range. Obviously, once you get to here and above, front delt's gonna take over, but from here to here, very, very good at it. So that was the upper chest work that we just got that you guys did not get to see. Or I guess you could technically watch it. He could overlay the video. Austin, I'm putting you to work today. Overlay the video while I talk about throwing some SpongeBob memes in there somewhere, and we'll be good to go.
We didn't even come close to the crown. We let everybody down. We failed.
Young Sheldon.
But we are back to the lats. So we did one set of just a frontal plane pull for my lats, and now we're gonna do one set of a sagittal plane pull for my lats. Do you absolutely need to have two different in one session? No, it's not like an absolute necessity. It's not gonna be like man, the shoulders are popping when I hold them like this. Dang. Anyways, it's not gonna be like the be all end all, completely change your physique. But the way I see it is, if I'm trying to work a little bit more of the lower lats, with the frontal plane, I'm trying to work a little bit more of the upper lats, I would rather do one set of each of those on the same day and then just repeat it the next time, than do two sets of one and then two sets of the other on separate days. Just my personal way of doing it. You don't have to do it that way. And the chances that it'll actually make some significant difference to the growth of your lats in the long run, probably very little. But hey, we're having fun with it. Now, let's get to the upper lat. Technically the whole lat, but just looking to bias the upper lat a little bit more with this variation. Let's go. So I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. This machine right here, man, if I say at a certain angle of this camera, things look freaky. I'm just gonna stay here so that you guys can take a look at that for the rest of this video. I'm probably just gonna do this every time that I talk to you guys from now on. This machine, I'm not even gonna lie, absolutely fantastic.
Say that again?
This is one of my favorite absolute machines for the upper lats, just because of the fact that it's so incredibly stable, pin loaded. Like, I hate plate loaded machines. I love pin loaded machines. Obviously this is gonna be slightly plate loaded because I'm gonna go grab the gym pin. So we're gonna gym pin it up, get a really nice stable exercise. Honestly, I can't say enough good things about this, but let's get to the set. How about Sam Sulek's show though? I mean, dude, good job, seriously. Because like, as far as I know, he coaches himself. No matter what anybody tells you, that is much harder to do than people will make it, they'll be like, oh yeah, he did okay. Coaching yourself to a show is honestly very, very impressive. I know you guys see me do it, but that's not the norm. Normally people need coaches to keep them on track, keep them going with their diet, figure out exactly what they need to do at the right time in order to make sure they're lean enough. It's pretty hard to coach yourself to a show, especially on your first time around. So he did a very good job. His peak was not perfect. Obviously he had a bit difficulty trying to get his quads going and everything. So that was that's like things you learn from, right? But still good enough for him to take the win. He'll probably do better by the time he gets to the Arnold, if he figures out some of those issues that he was dealing with. But overall, man, very, very good job on his part. I was very impressed. So that's just a little tangent right now for the workout, but let's get to the set. Just one set to rule them all. One set to find them. One set to bring them all. And in the darkness, bite them. Oh. 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 Okay, I don't know how much you can see on the camera over there, but I'm not gonna lie, this is definitely the best I have looked in many months. I'm honestly pretty excited because my lifts are still improving despite being in a slight deficit. So it's been pretty cool to see. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. I'm honestly very happy with the way things are going. This building phase has been phenomenal.
All right, so I'm not even gonna lie. The pec decks here absolutely suck. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna double up. I'm gonna do a chest press And this is gonna double up for triceps for me. Obviously triceps aren't a major focus. So it's gonna double up as my triceps push exercise. I'm just gonna do straight up, good old converging chest press. And this should take care of both of those needs. Obviously not fully optimally for the triceps, but we'll do that. And then we'll get an extension later. Actually, I'm just gonna explain to you what I'm gonna do for the rest of the workout because I think it's about to die. So we'll do this. Next thing I'm gonna go to is my side delts, right? You gotta have too big of a side delts, right? My biceps and my triceps, good body parts for me, probably my best body parts. So they're the things that come last. So I'll end up doing a preacher curl. And I might do, it always depends on like how beat up I feel. I might also do a hammer preacher curl, 1 set of each. And then I'll also do a tricep extension and maybe an overhead tricep extension. But again, only 1 set of each if I go to do those. So that should cover the workout, but we'll hit this set. And if the camera ends up dying, at least you guys already know what the rest of my workout is. So I guess I could say TNF out right now. As always, love you guys, appreciate you guys, TNF out, but we'll still keep working. That way, if it does die, hey, I've already covered my bases. There you go. A little bit of chest, a little bit of triceps, onto the shoulders. Quick, before this dies, I completely forgot to mention my upper back. I will hit my upper back as well after I'm done with these lateral raises. It'll be either a row or a shrug variant or a 1-and-1. So it's gonna be one of those things. Sometimes I will hit a straight up rear delt exercise, but not every single time. So if I'm not gonna hit a rear delt exercise, I probably will do a row as well. But honestly, the rear delts get hit in so many things that it's like, yeah, you can work them individually, you can work them by themselves. And if it's a really big focus, obviously you want to. But in general, that's probably a little bit lower on the priority list at the moment. I will probably do a shrug variant today. Let's get to a lateral raise. All right, we'll increase the weight and we'll go from there.
So a bit of a bad news, good news situation. We'll start with the good news. The good news is I'm at an Echo lift. Like everybody here has an Osmo. So obviously they would have a battery. I didn't even think about that. Bad news is I'm an idiot for not thinking of it earlier. So I wasted a lot of breath telling you guys that my stuff was gonna die. But let's get to the next exercise. All right, so we already did our lateral raises on the machine. I know you missed it, but it was good, I promise. So now we are going to do a upper back shrug. Kelso gang, rise up.
Gen X folks.
If you understand that reference, then you're in too deep. I promise, you are in too deep. You need to get offline for a little bit, out of the basement. Oh my gosh. This is the one thing I hate about gym pin is if you set it up in the wrong spot, then you have to redo it. The plates were too wide, so we weren't able to get that third plate on there. Problem with having only 45-pound bumper plates around. Oh, they have steel ones over there. I'm too lazy. I'm not going to get that. Okay. I want to watch that set back because I feel like my form could have been better. This is why I tell you guys to video your sets, so you can take a look back after the fact and see. Some of the best information that you will ever get in terms of your lifting career is just simply through watching a lift back. Because you'll be like, man, I've been doing that for so long, I didn't even realize it. That's why I always have people film their sets and send video check-ins to me. Like, even if they've been doing it forever, I'm like, all right, every month or so, send me an update, because people will change their form without even realizing it. Now, I'm about to show you an exercise you probably have never seen before. Does that mean that I think this exercise is better than other rear delt exercises? Of course it is. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's just a variant off of various rear delt exercises you can do. This one just is a little bit simpler to get into, simple setup, takes individual arm at a time. And then, so all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this dumbbell, and then I'm gonna bend over and just straight up back here. Now, one of the advantages to doing it this way is when you get past the body like this, one, you get it fully shortened, and two, you take pretty well anything else out of the equation. Because if you take and you pull back like this, yeah, obviously the rear delts are gonna get involved. If you pull only to here, then obviously the lats involved. When you're getting to here, and this is your motion through here, you can pretty much be assured that it's only your rear delt doing the work, or I should say the vast majority of it. Okay. Goes from feeling completely in control to just no work out of it real quick. We're gonna stick with this for the biceps. Just one set, get it done, out of the way. Don't need anything too crazy. Dang, as soon as I add the weight, I realize that is an ascending resistance profile, which isn't like the worst thing in the world, but it definitely means that I'm gonna stick a little bit more to the bottom range until I'm finished with it. So just so you know, I am going to go do some triceps to finish this workout off. I'm not gonna show it just because we got time constraints and stuff, but I am gonna try and start doing more physique updates for you guys, just giving you guys a bit of a perspective as to where I am, where I'm going, etc. Let's get to the physique update. Regardless, Austin, throw some music on here, make me look good.
Can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, for you, for you, for you, for you, for
As always, love you guys, appreciate you guys. TNF out.